Oh, let me stop the Zoom. Okay, we should be live now. Mm. Here I am. How am I, beloved? Okay, we are live with Signal 2, Gate 7 of the Vibrillionaire Convo-Sessions Portal of Remembrance podcast. And remember, this is not simply another podcast, honoring all podcasts for what they've served and what they've done to get us to this point of remembering that we are here to offer a mirror of our own return, a mirror of our own remembrance. So, welcome to your mirror. We invite you to tune in, to take a breath, to soften and feel. Where do you feel this information? Where are you hearing these words? You're hearing them in your own heart. You're remembering them as your soul remembers. So today, we're going to share about how we honor this mirror. And let's take a moment to share this so we can invite our beautiful mirrors to get on. And actually, we can ask presence. We didn't even plan that. We can ask presence because as we're gathering the September Convergence of Remembrance portal, there's resistance, and we know that a lot of us out in the world, as mirrors, we're mirroring a lot of resistance because without getting too much in depth in it, think about in your own transformation journey of life. Think about when you had an awakening. Was it easy? Was it was it comfortable? And if you look at just that mirror alone, then we realize that, let me focus. That when we realize, let us focus. That when we realize that that journey, it was the own mind resisting its own surrender. See, the mind has been in charge for thousands of years. Look at our world, we see a result of investment of mind, like a business. We can see the world as the mind believing it's separate. Now it's proven so much that it's so separate that we can literally live heaven and hell on earth every day. So when we look at the result of giving the mind the freedom to think that it's God, because we do that in our own life. We take our little character and we think it's either the most important or it's the most broken. And then we wonder why we feel the way that we feel. Instead of realizing this character is part of something greater and it is one with that greatness. It is not separate. And when we see when we see someone go through so much, we see the greatest compassion open up when they remember who they are. We see them tell their story. If they could do it, you could do it. So this is why we're here to mirror this, that we're going to share a little bit about our journey, just so you have an idea of the resistance that's behind the scenes, that this resistance is a gift. Because let me ask you this, if there was no resistance in your life, would you be comfortable but not be comfortable? Would you be comfortable being stuck in the discomfort of your mind? But the reason why you're uncomfortable is because the mind is realizing it doesn't run the show, and it's ran the show. We believe our thoughts without question as a collective. So when we go through something, it's to shake up that programming. So we are being shaken, and that shaken is a gift. But when we judge it, it becomes our own prison. And let's just say that we just had to reset our way of seeing because our human want to get caught up in different things. We had to, like we said, we had a storm go through, Shakti, beloved, and we had to, change things up. Uh, the mat that we were going to use got wet, so now it's dirty. So it flooded even the storage. The storage was like this full of water. So it was intense. And like we said, the light pole got the thunder hit the light pole right in front of our home. You know how we share about Vibrillionaire living water, beloved, and with the water that we share is charged, so it's vibrating. So the charge vibrated the water in our home. So literally, we've been like the field has prepared the field for the convergence. It's been beautiful. So also for those that you may not know, and I don't think Shakti knows, but we're gonna be vulnerable here online. This richness that we talk about, it's not limited by identity, by persona, by appearance, by status, by bank account, by what you wear, by how you speak, who you know, nothing to do with this richness that we're talking about. Because this is why we're having the convergence, because to be alive in this life, you are richer than rich. Because you're at the leading edge of creation at the deepest, darkest state of ignorance. And you are bringing, think about this. You are alive because you are part of bringing what the ancestors prayed for. The seers and the mystics, they visioned, and you are the fulfilled prophecy of the descendants. Right now, you're in the part of this enormous collective shift that we can never go back. We can never go back. This is a beautiful time to be alive. But for the mind, it's not going to hear that. It's going to hear, how can you tell me this is a beautiful time to be alive? And I'm going to share why I'm sharing this depth of truth. Michael's on a 40-day uh, juice fast. And I know, beloved, you're coming. We wanted to eat. We wanted to, celebrate in that way. But the temple is calling for attention because it has what people call a tumor. It has manifested a tumor, right? So, yeah. And we love it and we appreciate it and we think it because it was needed to shake up the vessel. So we're grateful for it. There's no fear. We're not going to get it checked out. We don't need any. If we transcend, we transcend. But we're going to live our greatest life every single moment of every single day. That is the richness that there's no fear, there's no judgment, there's no, because even in the spiritual space, it's like, let me share this real quick. Even in the spiritual space, it's like, well, if you manifested a sickness, that means that you're not vibrating and you're not doing it. No, it just means I didn't give attention to my body. I didn't honor my body. It has nothing to do with the worth of who we are. It has nothing to do with our spiritual maturity or anything like that. We already are that. We're not meant to act like we're something more than, like you said, and I love that you say that, Shakti, to be present in the here and now. All that it is to be present in the here and now. So when we're present in the here and now, nothing else matters. Tomorrow doesn't matter because it reminds us, right? It was like the only moment that mattered was this moment. So now, because we had so much practice, and let's just say the gangs and the violence and all of that, we were practiced without even realizing we were being practiced. So now that we still don't fear death, but it's not that we don't fear death because we don't care about life. We love life. but we don't fear death when that day comes because life has already been lived. Now, is there more that we're going to live and more that's going to open up that actually is going to soften up right now? We would